right? So this is digestion part 1. This is digestion volume 1. We're going to keep it light, but we're going to talk about a couple complications that we've been having, right? So the first thing we do want to talk about is the constipation, right? What's going on? What's happening? Constipation is anytime you're having trouble having a bowel movement, discarding feces outside of the intestines, and this goes on for about 30 to 90 days, so about 3 months at maximum is a severe case of constipation, what they call chronic constipation, correct? So what's going to happen is you're going to start having veins surround the anus, around the rectum of the human anatomy, and this is when you develop what we call hemorrhoids, which is hard to sit down, it's hard to go to the bathroom continuously. So you starting to need things like laxatives, right? But we will speak about laxatives more in a minute here. When we want to track down the large intestine health of this, and we're going to speak about the large intestines and the small intestines as well, but mainly the large intestines here, because I want to shine light on the simple fact that we're talking about the colon, the rectum, and the cecum, right? And this is why it's so important to track it down, because if we want to start talking about laxatives, you want to start talking about licorice root, you want to start talking about dandelion, St. John's wort, flaxseed, and oats, different things like golden seal. And anytime it's St. John's wort or St. John's plant in general root, it's a great laxative as well. But what is laxative? See, laxative is going to make the feces soft. This is when you're eating too much and it's compact and the feces or the stool becomes very hard. And laxatives, like the plants and the herbs I just named, is going to make it softer for you. But I also want to start talking about what we call purgatives, right? This is where the purging comes in, the cleansing, the detoxing of the body, correct? They are talking about chaotic substances, plant matters, right? We're talking about blackthorn bark. We're talking about May apple root, senna leaves. We're talking about black root. These are big brother laxatives, stronger laxatives. These are going to work on eliminating feces, but also making them more liquid. So you get a light diarrhea with laxatives, but you get a stronger diarrhea with purgatives. This is where I say it's cleansing the body. This is when you get the term of purging. This is the act of purging, correct? So not only is you're going to need a laxative and you're going to need a purgative present when you're dealing with the digestion of the body. That's not only it. So you just don't think that you can just eat whatever you want and take some licorice root, which you need to be very careful. I will make a video and we're going to be leaking more information about the licorice root later, but you need to be careful engaging in these herbs because you just can't eat whatever you want and then you can take some licorice root or some golden seal and think that you're going to have great digestion health. That's not how it works here. So what I also want to speak about, and I also spoke about before, is the 3 stages of health, correct? This is the time and the pattern and the frequency you are eating, because it's not all about what you are engaging in, it's how you are engaging in and when you are engaging in it. So I want to talk about the three stages of health, which is very important for digestion, right? So the first stage we have is the stimulation period. This period happens inside of the mouth, if we're talking about the different consumption periods, and also the different time zone you should be eating, which is after 12 p.m. and before 3 p.m., correct? This is your break fast. This is when you should be eating breakfast. Usually it should be a fruit, but this is the stimulation period. What is the stimulation period? The stimulation period is when the enzymes on the tongue all the way to the intestines is able to make the nutrients that you are eating active. This is why it's important to be a vegetarian, a vegan, or have a plant-based diet, because if you are eating dead carcass, there are no nutrients abundant like niacin, riboflavin, apoptosis, and different enthalmic acids, correct, that fights things like depression present, correct? So you need to be eating things like blueberries, cherries, different fruits in the morning to make different nutrients active So you can go to the next period, which I will explain. So this is the stimulation period. Like I said, it happens on the tongue, and it's after 12 p.m., but before 3 p.m., correct? The next period we have is the assimilation period or simulation period, correct? And this is the consumption period, they would say. This is the period of the so-called lunch. This is the period that you really need to be eating your heavier meal. And the reason why I say that is because this is the moment where they are going to make the nutrients go to work. This is when the body is going to absorb the nutrients. So you're going to already use the cleansing methods of the fruits that you ate, the herbal teas that you drank in breakfast. Then you're going to get them ready, whether you need to acidify the body or alkaline the body or alkalize the body for the assimilation period where you eat a heavier meal. This is after 3 p.m., but before 6 p.m., correct? So this is the assimilation period, the absorption of nutrients. The stimulation period is the activation of nutrients. This is the absorption of the nutrients, right? So the next level we have, the stage we have, which is important where the laxative and purgatives come in at, is the elimination period. This is 7 to 9, correct? This is when you need to be eating things like leafy greens, things like spinach, things like kale, correct? All leafy greens is perfect for around this time. All smoothies and juices is perfect for around this time. This is really getting the body cleansed for the elimination period, discarding. This is when you should usually be having a harder bowel movement around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. Getting rid of the breakfast and lunch so you could be lighter going to sleep. So your body can be lighter in energy, right? Lighter in energy, lighter in the energetic realm, in the spiritual realm. Because if you know about that or believe in that, you know how important it is to go to sleep on a light stomach. And so after this, like I say, you should be eating leafy greens. You should be eating different juices and smoothies, and also herbal teas as well, oolong teas and black teas as well, right? So these are the 3 stages of health. And like I say, laxatives, which is licorice root, dandelion, golden seal, flaxseed, St. John's wort, and purgatives, which is May apples, which is buckthorn bark, which is black root, correct? So, like I say, it's not only about using the laxatives and the purgatives, using the cleansings of the body, but when you consume the foods is very important about digestion as well. The laxatives and the purgatives that you do engage in the mornings and nights in the herbal teas, they will assist the digestion pattern. They will assist the large intestine and small intestine health. It will assist the colon, the rectum, the celium, correct? This will fight against the constipation and the hemorrhoids that's gained with the struggles or the toxins that we run in or the poor diets that we have, correct? So this is the importance of purgatives, is which I really wanted exposed. This is the importance or how to use laxatives. This is the 3 stages of consumption and the first part 1 of digestion, optimal health, correct? So power is ultimate, families. Everybody stay healthy out there.